In this video, we will show you how to contact a listing agent directly on Zillow.com. Now, you've probably stumbled upon this video because you've recently figured out that there's something fishy going on with Zillow and the fact that it's, quite frankly, very hard to contact the listing agent. If you use the contact agent button on a typical listing on Zillow, the person who actually responds is not the listing agent. So in this video, again, we will show you how to figure out who the listing agent is for a property you see on Zillow, and furthermore, how to actually contact the listing agent. Now, the first thing we'll direct your attention to is in the search results, which are on the right-hand side. Below each listing, it actually says the name of the listing agent brokerage. So for any avoidance of doubt, the first thing you can do is basically write down the name of this brokerage, and if and when you use Zillow to contact somebody regarding this listing, if the person who responds is not a member of that brokerage, then you know for sure that Zillow has connected you with some other agent who is not the listing agent. So let's go ahead and click on this listing. The first thing to mention, as I'm sure you're already aware, is that using the contact agent button will not connect you directly with the listing agent. If you use the contact agent button, you will be connected with a buyer's agent who is participating in the Zillow Premier Agent program. Now, the Zillow Premier Agent program instantly connects agents with buyers and basically allows these buyer's agents to market their services to prospective home purchasers. This is a major source of revenue generation for Zillow. Zillow is a publicly traded company which has a market cap as of today of over $12 billion. So they're certainly not a charity, and what we're showing you today is essentially the very heart and soul of Zillow and how it actually makes money. It makes money by selling ads. Selling of ads on a practical level means that this contact box is for sale. Some agent is paying to be on the receiving end of this contact agent box. And Zillow makes a tremendous amount of money from the Premier Agent program. We've pulled up here Zillow's annual report, and we've taken a look into the income statement where it breaks down the revenue by source. And as we can see here, the Premier Agent subcomponent or segment of IMT, which is one of their divisions, in 2020 generated 1,046,954, which is in thousands. Translation, Zillow generated $1.046 billion from essentially disintermediating listing agents and prospective buyers by way of the Premier Agent program. So now we've established quite clearly why this confusion is happening, and therefore we can move on to the next part of this process, which is how to actually contact the listing agent. So we've established that this box does not work. It will not contact the listing agent. Now let's try the Take a Tour button. Now, I guess this seems somewhat promising. It is taking us to a next steps, a call to action, so to speak. So maybe this is going to contact the listing agent. Wrong, it will not. And in fact, in this case, they're much more transparent than in that other button where they didn't tell us that the person they're going to connect us with is a buyer's agent. Here, it very clearly says they will connect you with a buyer's agent, who is obviously not the listing agent. So we're 0 for 2. So let's scroll down further on the listing and see if we can find any other clues. Listing agents are generally prohibited from putting their contact information in the description. I wonder why. So we're not going to be able to actually figure out the contact details through this part of the listing. So if we scroll down further, we're actually going to make a bit of progress here. Now we see the following: listed by John Salt, Keller Williams Eagle Realty. So this area is the primary way of figuring out who the actual listing agent is for a property on Zillow. What do you do here? Well, at this point, you actually need to literally Google this person until you find a way to contact them, be it their phone number, email, or if there's a contact box on this person's website. So let's figure out how to contact the listing agent, who in this case is John Salt at Keller Williams Eagle Realty. We've copied the information. We'll open a new tab, and we'll go ahead and paste that into the browser or the search bar. And we have a couple results here. We have on the right a Google My Business posting. Here we can see the phone number, so you can try contacting them using that phone number. There is also a result here. We can try the first one. And it does not appear to be his actual official website, but it's going to provide some links. So here we have Jean Salt website. Let's click that and let's see what happens. Doesn't appear to be a very quick website, so maybe we can try this one instead. This one, let's take a look. Accept cookies. Don't see contact information yet. Still don't see contact information. So this looks like it's the homepage of this brokerage's local site, so we haven't found John's information. Let's go back to the first link, which appears to be quite unreliable, but in any case, still don't really see his contact information. So let's go back to Google. Scroll back. Here we go. This looks like the direct result from his company's website. Doesn't appear to be working. It's a bit slow. Here we go. And finally, we found the email of the listing agent. So my goodness, that was a real pain, quite an expedition, and quite frankly, it's ridiculous that there's no way for us to directly contact the listing agent. But we're not sure of that yet because we haven't gone down to the full bottom of the listing page here on Zillow. So let's keep trying to see if there's any other way to contact the listing agent in one click. So the next thing to look at is the source. This will always tell you where the listing is coming from. In this case, it's coming from the Miami Association of Realtors, and there's almost always an MLS number. Now, one way to potentially contact the listing agent is to search for this MLS number on Google. Many of these realtor groups also have a direct consumer-facing website, which has contact listing agent box available for you to use. So in other words, you could literally Google this MLS number. If you see any website result from Miami Association of Realtors, it might be a website that you can use to find the listing, contact the listing agent directly. If we scroll down a little bit further, we see another box which is inviting us to take a tour. This is not the listing agent because we see here that it clearly says buyer's agent. So at least in this case, Zillow has been very transparent. If we use this box, expect to be contacted by a buyer's agent. So if we scroll down further, we see that there's a contact agent box, but again, much as was the case with the contact agent button, Zillow does not specify who we're contacting. It doesn't say listing agent, nor does it say buyer's agent. As a result, we are really not sure what's going on here. But from testing, we can tell you that as of today, this box will not connect you with the listing agent. Instead, it will connect you with a Zillow Premier Agent. So let's go all the way to the bottom, and what we're seeing here is that there's really no other call to action, there's no other option to contact the listing agent. So in conclusion, on Zillow, on pretty much every listing on their platform, any listing by a traditional agent on Zillow, there is literally no way, as of today, for a consumer to directly contact the listing agent in one click. Any sort of call to action box prompt on a listing on Zillow will route that person to a Zillow Premier Agent, somebody who has paid money to advertise on Zillow. So we hope you found this video helpful. If you have any questions, please leave us a note in the comments below the video. I'm Nick at Hauseit, and if you are looking to buy, sell, or rent here in New York City, Long Island, Hudson Valley, or South Florida, we'd be happy to help and save you quite a bit of money. Check out our website, hauseit.com, and give us a shout via team@hauseit.com or call us at 888-494-8258. We'll also put our contact details in the description below. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you on the next video.